My name is Dr. Maya Byfield. My business is The Phenomenal STEMist. I'm so excited to be here in Orange County because it's where I live. I live in Apopka, Florida. And I decided to make this business because I saw a need for underrepresented students to be successful in STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, math. And the best way I can do that is just provide products for parents to prepare them, whether it's a book or online STEM camps or just video podcasting. My goal is to transform this community, especially those who are underrepresented. And the way to do that is to help parents understand their children's minds and basically develop them at different stages of their lives to be prepared for a successful STEM career. Thank you so much. That's why I'm here. Professional.
Mm-hmm.
Professional. Okay, next
Get
one.
your market watcher. Get you a market watcher. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All day.
You like my new intro? That's a special intro just for you.
Yo, I am so I'm like touched. I was like, oh, Maya thought of me. That's what I'm talking about.
Market
Yes.
watchers, market watchers.
Mm, mm. now,
You
now,
got your
see,
own
now you don't challenge
intro.
me. You don't challenge me now. Now I have to get the T-shirt. Shirts. I'm down by two, Maya. I need the market watchers with an owl or whatever, with some glasses or whatever. Hey, shout outs to TripAdvisors. I ain't gonna rip you off too much. And I need the
If you can't
what is
find
it?
Bay, spot a building
The building. Yep.
or math, m-
STEM.
mathematics
I'm a
making
STEMist. I'm a
money.
STEMist.
Is
Yes,
mathematics
yes.
making money. There's
Making
so
money.
many.
No,
There's so
making
many.
money with Maya.
Ah, mathematics making money with Maya.
Yes, girl.
Holla.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. You got it. You got it. How you been?
Okay. I am doing well. Cannot complain.
Mhm.
Mommy's in the house.
Hey,
She's a
mama.
market watcher.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Put them glasses up. Put them binoculars up.
Yeah.
All right.
Good evening, everybody. It's a joy, of course, to have you. Before it closes, Brandon Ford. Um, we missed last month because I was away in Wyoming, going through
Hmm.
a storm.
And you was traveling all
And
over.
yeah, and then last weekend it was Labor Day weekend. I was in Bimini, Bahamas. So I've been
Bimini.
having a great time. I said I cannot let another month pass. So we we're doing it on the ninth
We,
versus
we, we, we got a thing,
second.
Maya. We got our stewardship. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
steward to this.
for sure, for sure.
You know,
And I'm glad that you keep up to date with it, and you're just as down and doing it with me as I am with you. So
praise the
tonight's
Lord.
gonna be interesting.
All right.
Um, Tonight we're talking about the top 5 reasons why this. What's the name of this title again?
The
What's the
top
title?
5 reasons why this
This
could
could
be
be
the best buyer's market of
a generation
our generation.
of our
Our
generation.
generation. Yes.
Best buyer's market of our generation. So,
100%.
listen, let's jump right in it. Let's not
Mhm.
waste any time.
Mhm. All
Why
right.
is this? Why do you? And last year I did a short, a memory show of a short that we did, and last year you were saying that I'm feeling like it's 2007.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
You said that last year, and you know
Mm.
what happened in 2008. So what's going on right now? Why do you think that this is probably the best buyer's market of our generation?
Well, it's a couple of things. Number one, my first of all, I'm just going to start with the top. the disadvantage is actually the advantage. Number one, the interest rates are still higher, higher. I don't want to say high because we've had higher interest rates before, and where we're at right now is actually the norm. Where we were back in 2020 to 2022, that was not average. That's not for a healthy market. You can't keep it at 2% forever. I mean,
I
you
was
go.
just talking to one of my closest friends, and she was talking about how COVID, the interest rates were down to 2%. I was like,
It's cold.
"What?
It's cold. It's cold.
How did I miss that? Where was I? I was
You
talking
see,
about COVID when I should have been talking about interest rates."
oh man, listen, man, that the interest rates were so good, but you can't have your stuff on sale forever. You just
Yeah.
can't. You
Yeah.
can't expect to go and find the same BOGO deal in Publix 3 weeks in a row. You
Why
just
not?
can't. You
Why
just
not? Got some good grape juice and ginger ale for buy one get one at Publix
I,
this
I'm
Friday.
I'm all for Cadems myself. I'm a major Cadems grape juice drinker. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that 100% though. Don't give me well, shout outs to Welch's. I love me some grape drink just like the next
Drank.
other. You know what I'm saying? But we done cooked it up a little bit. We go with Cadems now, 100% grape drink. That's how we keeping it. Um, but that's the nature of the market.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to roll.
Okay.
And while
Gotta move.
while the interest rates are higher,
Mhm.
that means people are going to remain skeptical.
Yeah.
Buyers won't flood the market, and when there's low demand, there is high supply.
So is there high supply? Because the way I'm hearing in these debates on and elections is like there's not a lot of buildings and there's need for more buildings. Is the supply high?
So here's it. I mean, you got to put everything in context, right?
Mhm.
So if you're looking at Florida and certain parts of Florida, then it might seem like the inventory hasn't changed much, right? But if you compare it to where we were 2 years ago, 2022, where things were just flying off the shelves, right? If you compare it to even before COVID, where I would think we had a steady flow of inventory. Our turnover was about 2 to 3 months on average, right? And even if you look right now, it doesn't seem like we have a whole lot of product on market. But if you look in certain areas like Tampa, if you look at certain areas in Volusia County, if you
Mhm.
look at certain areas like Punta Gorda, places that had a lot of construction. Winter Haven is another one of these places. Don't get me started on Dundee. All these areas are in pockets all around Lake County. You'll
Mhm.
notice that the prices for these homes have really dropped. And in also parts of Orlando, Metro West is one of those places. I had a home, Lord have mercy. I don't want to put my people on blast, but
Mhm.
I had a listing out there that hurt my feelings.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh my goodness. I won't give you the address or whatever, but we had a home listed out there, and you want to see how quickly things were eroding as far as sales value. And let me tell you, the numbers were peaking. I
Mhm.
we were still at a 550 on average as far as sales are concerned, but month in and month out, you just saw buyers just coming in, and they were
Mhm.
asking for lower and lower
Mm.
and lower. And then there were some months where after like 2 weeks after we lowered the price, we get a huge rush of buyers. And then after those 2 weeks, silence. Got to lower the
Mm.
price some more. At the end of the day, we wound up at around $500,000
Wow.
before the summer was out. It's real, y'all. It's real. And if you don't believe me, ask any realtor right now. They will tell you. They will tell you that it's been harder to sell homes in this
So
market because, interest rates, buyers are squeamish.
and
And
they're asking you to lower it.
yeah, and sellers are responding. So they're lowering their prices and they're giving concessions and all kinds
Okay.
of stuff. So
And that's why you say this might be the best buyer's market in
best
our
buyer's market.
generation.
And yep, and the second reason for that is because it's almost Christmas, baby.
Oh, Suki now, Suki, Suki now. You
It's
said
almost
our
Christmas.
generation. You said our generation, which is critical because
we tend to look at, you know, other generations and compare.
Mhm.
I was watching something where we're talking about dips,
Mhm.
you know, you
Troughs,
know, ups and
troughs and
downs.
lows. Yep.
Ups and downs, they go higher and higher over time.
Mhm.
So my trough, or like my hill today, is a dip 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? It's low.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we gotta look at today might seem high, but 10 years from now, you're gonna be looking back and said, man, why didn't I buy when it was so
Mhm.
cheap?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you come to realize the cycle of neighborhoods,
Yeah.
cities, and counties.
Yeah.
When you have an area that grows exponentially, or I wouldn't say exponentially, but rapid growth in a short amount of time, it's going to be
Mhm.
followed by a brief period or a long period of not so rapid growth, and in some
Mhm.
cases, even a downward or a reverse of what you enjoyed the first 5 to 10 years before that. But
Right.
that doesn't stay; it goes back up again. It troughs out,
Mhm.
and then it works its way up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So top 5 reasons. Do
Number
you want
one,
to talk you want to talk about the top 5 reasons? Or, I guess we already talked about what's going on right now.
right? I just gave you one of them.
You just gave it. So yeah, give me top 5.
Okay, so that was one. Number two, it's hard for sellers to sell. Number two, prices are falling.
So
Prices are
number
falling.
1 is hard for sellers to sell. Number 2, sellers
Prices,
prices are
prices
falling.
are falling. Yeah, prices are falling. Year in and year out, since 2022, there are some areas that have lost anywhere between 10 to 25% market share than they were or selling value, I want to say, than they were during the brisk COVID years. Tampa is one of those places, and I've been monitoring Tampa, girl. I've been telling you about Tampa.
Yeah, you
I've
have.
been talking about Tampa.
You have.
Lake County is one of those areas, or not Lake County, Polk County, where you have Lakeland. That's one of my favorite cities to invest in. And I
Mhm.
say that people say, Brandon, there's nothing out there, and I say that's exactly why I like it. I
Mm.
love me some Lakeland because the places where people aren't
Growth.
checking for are the places that are ripe for growth.
Growth. That's the key word right there. The key word is growth. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep, yep, yep. So prices are falling. Number 2, I think and number 1 was interest rates are still high. So we're going with that. Number 3, the season calls for it. The season calls for it. And I'll tell you what I mean by that.
Yeah, what does that mean? Season calls for it.
Every year, almost without fail, around the Christmas areas,
Christmas
around the
time.
Christmas time. Yep.
It's
Yep.
Christmas time.
Yep. Yep. November. You're gonna see for yourself around October, people are gonna forget about anything they worried about in August. Anything they worry about in September is Christmas season. Where are we going for the holidays, right? We going to grandma's house. We going to auntie. We not going to that weird uncle house, right? Has strange political views. We ain't going there. Um, the attitude of the nation just shifts. And if you were searching for a home before and you couldn't find one, chances are you'll abandon your search during the holidays.
That is the truth. That's what I did. I abandoned my church search during the holidays, and then I got my house January 15th on Martin Luther King Day.
Without fail.
Around That's what happened to me because something happened and fell through, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take a break
Mm.
and not come back. So that's why this is the time while nobody's here. Ah.
And the prices go down. They've been doing this pretty much since March. It went up a little bit, and then June it dipped a little bit, and now we're in September, and we've been seeing a downward since the end of July, going through to August, and now we're in September. And again, historically, we ride that trough all the way down through December, and then we have a rebound at the end of January going into February because honestly, spring is really the best time to sell. The middle of spring going all the way into the middle of the summertime. That little gap right there,
Mhm.
prime time.
Prime
Prime time
time.
to sell your property. Yeah.
Okay. Prime time to sell the property.
Prime to sell. Yeah. Yeah.
Prime time to buy this property is right
Is
now.
right now. Yeah.
Is right now. Prime
Exactly.
time to buy the property is right now. Powerful.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you compound everything that's already going on, high interest rates, people dropping their prices automatically. We've seen decreases year in and year out since 2022. And you put all that together, plus our historic decrease in sales value during the winter and fall seasons. It's like a perfect storm.
Mm,
Perfect storm.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Next one. Next one.
Number
And I
4.
number
Hold on.
4.
Let's
No,
recap.
these are
Let's
3.
recap.
Okay. Number
Number
1,
number 1, the
prices are
sellers.
falling. Prices are falling. Was it
I thought
prices
that
are
was number
falling?
2.
That was
No.
number 2.
The
Okay.
seller number 1, the sellers
Sales are taking less.
are taking less.
Yeah.
Number 2, prices
Prices are falling.
are falling. Number 3,
The season calls
the
for it.
season calls for it. So yes, number 4. We're on
It
number
is
4
number
now.
4. Okay.
Number
Okay.
4.
Number 4 is sellers are giving incentives.
Ooh, what they giving? What they giving, Brandon?
Girl, they, girl, they hanging out. They handing out 3% closing cost coverage like it's candy. It's just
Woo!
out there. It's just you could run into it, and you see all kinds of creative financing going on. People willing to hold notes. People out here trying to, and that's a term I'll unpack in a minute. Um, People out here, they're looking to pay for your closing costs, right? There are folks out here that are willing to make a deal with you. They'll delay what they'll if they can get their home under contract. They're willing to wait until your home sells. They'll even help you sell your property just so that your home can sell. Just so that your home can sell so you can come and buy theirs. They're
Wow.
much more flexible. They're willing to make deals now. And again, that's another hallmark of the market, but it just adds to why this market is so good, y'all. I mean, lowering prices, the season, and sellers are willing to get creative with you. Lord have mercy.
Woo! Listen, my friend is thinking about buying a home. I hope she's watching, so that when she buys the home, she's getting all these perks that they're willing to give away. Don't they start asking for some. What did you say? The sellers are asking for incentives.
It's
If
yep.
you want to buy a house today, it's time for you to ask for incentives.
You
Folk are
better
getting
call a
desperate.
brother. Y'all need to call a brother. I'm telling
Well,
you.
she's not in Florida. She's actually in Alabama.
Alabama? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know the Alabamian
yeah,
market. I don't
yeah.
know how what doctor say. I don't know how y'all Bamas are doing.
I don't know how y'all Bamas.
Yeah. So
Okay,
incentive.
incentives.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
And number 5 on the list. Number 5. Number 5. So we covered hard to sell. We covered prices dope.
Falling.
We covered the season calls for it. Was that number 4?
That's number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Number 4, we just said incentives.
Incentives are
How,
number
how I
4.
know better than you? How?
Girl,
Listen, what's going
I,
on with B Ford Closing,
man,
aka Tower
I
Team Royalty? What do you?
I got all of these. I got all of these numbered, and I got notes, and I'm putting them all together. Okay.
Yeah. So number 1, the sellers are selling. Number
hmm
2, the prices are falling. Number
hmm
3, the season calls for it. Number
hmm
4, they're giving out incentives, y'all. So what's the
Okay.
last one? Number
Oh,
5.
okay. So number 5 is that's why I'm getting confused. I threw a lot of this out you already. Number 5 is the interest rates are still high. The
So
interest rates are still
help
high.
me understand. Oh, that's why nobody wants to buy.
That's why nobody wants to buy. That's why
Yeah,
people are sitting it out. The prices are still, or the interest rates are still higher. That's what I started from. That's why I'm
higher.
confusing myself. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I started with that. Yeah. So the prices are still higher as far as
Higher.
interest rates. We don't know how long it's going to stay this way. And to be honest with you, I see this now. I mean, I have some investors that are going out there, and I mean, they're kind of having a party, guys, because they know that the prices are falling, so they're getting deals at prices that they're supposed to be getting.
Mhm.
And I get hit up, I don't even know how many times a day now. I used to get something in the mail about one of these properties I got in Daytona. Now they ain't just sending me mail, they sending me texts. They don't got my number. They sending me text
Text
messages.
messages.
I'm getting random phone calls. It's just getting a little bit of. I'm getting emails now, because last year, in the beginning of this year, as far as purchases are concerned, they reported that investor purchases were up to 20%. They captured 20% of 2023's market in
Wow.
investor purchases. I don't even know where
Wow.
they're at right now, but clearly they are buying.
They're buying. And here's the thing, y'all. I just want to get on my soapbox before it. I'm frustrated with our community. We on social media fighting about whether Lisa Ray wants somebody to pay their bills. We talking about bills. We talking about bills, y'all. While these investor people out there, they buying assets. They're not talking about bills. They're not fighting with each other about
I'm
bills.
killing.
They out there
They're
buying
killing it.
assets. What we doing?
Mhm. 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 That's the thing, though. I'm finding out that for many people, and it just goes with the cycle.
Yeah.
We're on the wrong cycle, Doc. We really are. We're on the cycle. We're playing this cycle thing, like, so the people who know are, at this point, they're benefiting because they kept their money, they
Yeah.
stacked their chips, and kept their credit right through the
Yeah.
years where everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, it's time to
Yeah.
buy." They're like, "No,
Stack
I'm
it.
gonna wait. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill." 2020 to 2022, almost no investor, like,
Mhm.
noticeable activity.
Mhm.
As soon as that thing turned to
And who knows what
2023,
they are right now?
now they're at 20% market share. I don't know where they are right now at the end, close to the end of this year. I have no idea.
Mhm.
But clearly the switch has flipped, and
Right.
now
And a
you
lot of
have way
investors.
less regular buyers
Mhm.
because they're
And they got cash
paying a lot
money.
of investors.
How you compete with cash money?
They got cash. They've been saving for 3 years. They've been
They've
waiting for
been
this
waiting
market.
for this
They've been
once in
waiting.
a generation buyer's market. Yeah.
Mhm. Now, let me say this one thing, and then I'll get going. And I don't
Yeah.
know what your time is, and I want to be respectful of it. The reason why I say once in a generation is because when you have two
Mhm.
consecutive years of downturn in any number of cities in your own state, no matter what it is, it's interest rates for us, but it could be a number of other things. If I had to give you a number
Mhm.
six, I would say that condos are hard to sell, because in real estate, any other portion of real estate that's affected negatively
Okay.
over time is going to affect the entire industry. That's just how it works out. Everything is connected, unfortunately. But these downturns and
Mhm.
these up markets, they tend to last a little while. It's not like the stock market. So it'll go down and it'll keep going down for
Years.
not some months, for some years, until it finds the bottom. And then
Woo!
then you thought they were buying now.
But
Mercy. They gonna
think
buy
about
up the
it.
market.
Think
They
about
gonna
it in the
buy up the
context of
market.
'08
Buy up
crash,
the
right?
bottom.
It started '08, '09,
Hmm.
10, 11, 12. That thing didn't start cresting
Yep.
until
Yep.
2013, 2014,
And we officially found the
2012.
bottom in 2012.
4
Officially. So
years
4
later.
years later, 4 years later,
Yeah.
half a decade later almost, we found the
Right.
bottom.
So
And then
like
we
even
got
when
to dig
I bought in
ourselves back up.
2013. So I
So
didn't get the
that's
full bottom, but I got the crescents of the bottom because I got a good deal. And I remember
yep,
talking to you a couple of months ago
you
where you
sure
say
did.
it took a while just to break back to regular to even before we can even start going higher. Yeah.
2017, 2018. So effectively
10
10
years.
full years before we recovered.
Right. That's why you say it's
Maya, 10
generational.
years
I
from
get your
now,
point
where
because
will
the
we be?
generation is every 20 years. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Like, girl, come on.
I get it.
Yes. Yes. All them people in high school, they're going to be 18 and in their 20s,
Right.
and they're going to be the new first time home buyers.
Right.
And then the cycle will begin again, that
Mhm.
high cycle, because a lot of people, a lot of new buyers are coming in, and they're like, "We want a home, we want freedom from our parents, whatever." So they're coming in, they'll buy, and then again, we'll see that large demand, prices will go up again, and depending on the overall behavior of the demand at that point, we really don't know. So we don't know how long it'll last. This last one was
Mhm.
pretty short. It was only like 3 years, 4 years at the most. It started in
2019. Mhm.
really it started in 2019 if you wanna be yeah, if you wanna be serious about it. It really started in
Yeah, it took
2019.
off in
It
2020.
took off in 2020. Yeah. So for the next generation, who's to say how the demand is gonna look? But one thing, as I've been tracking this thing now for about 20, 30 years, just looking at the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, well, 20 years for me, but looking into the data all the way down from the 80s, that's kind of been our thing. A new generation comes in, and coupled with whoever's there at the time that also wants to buy, it just launches us until there's a peak, and then all that's going to buy it already bought, and then something happens where it's either the prices are too high, or for today the interest rates are higher than people expected to be,
Yeah.
and then after that fall,
Yeah.
and that's another 10 years. Now if you think we're far along this 10 years, in 20 years from now, where will we
Listen,
be? We probably be
I don't care.
too tired to
I'm
be,
gonna be
worried
retired.
about what falling
So
and
if you want to do
riding
something,
wagon.
it gotta be soon. And here's the key thing: this generation of new home buyers, like I don't feel like they have the umph, the no. Like I don't think they have the knowledge, the credit scores, the stability in jobs. It's a different time now. What do you think? I just think
Mm,
I'm looking at our generations of teenagers and young adults, and many of them, I just don't see them as homeowners. Like I see them playing around with life. Am I
mm,
wrong? I see them
mm.
saying, "Oh, I don't need college. I don't need to go to school. I don't, I just got to work." And then they're working low wage jobs where they're not able to build. Like,
Share economy. You got them share economy folks out
yeah.
there Ubering for a
Do you think
living
they can
and
afford a house?
all of that. Maya. So here's something very interesting. A few years ago, I was working with a person. Um, well, actually, I think it was my mortgage broker that told me this story. He was working with a buyer. He told me that the buyer identified himself as a professional Uber driver. That was his thing. Look, okay, if you're making your money, you're making your money. As long as you're supporting yourself, all right. That person was able to qualify for a home, and he purchased his home
What?
on
Oh,
Uber
don't
money.
sleep. All right.
He purchased it on
All
Uber
right.
money. He purchased it on
Don't
Uber
sleep.
money.
Don't sleep.
So, look, I can't make this a conversation about education because I don't have those numbers.
Yeah.
You probably know
I'm
a
not
little bit
even It's
more
not
about
even
that
necessarily
than
about
me.
education, it's about stability. I
Yeah.
just the I don't see this generation as
Really.
stable. Majority of America doesn't have an education. Like
Mm.
only 30% of the population has a bachelor's degree. So I'm not saying so and so it's
Uh,
not it's just that so many are just saying I don't need it, and it seems very frivolous. I just don't see any vision. I don't see any it's a different generation, and I could be wrong. Maybe they, like you said, they buying houses on Uber money. Okay, all right.
some of them got some hustle. And what I can say is for our black women, our ladies, our girls coming up and taking life by the horns. These women are coming in there, they're getting their education. A lot of our nurses right now, a lot of these nurses that I see coming in, uh, I started working on in tandem with Advent Health. I help them with their international nurses.
Oh yeah.
They're coming in right off the bat,
Oh yeah.
65K, 65K right off the bat, 65K. As soon as you come in, you don't even have to have experience in the United States. They'll actually train you on
Absolutely.
how the American health system works. You do that for about 2 months, and then you're off to the races. 65K right off the bat, 85K if you have a little bit more experience.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the mechanics on that, but there are a lot of our own that are going into nursing
Yeah,
because again,
if you go
it's an
into
easy
nursing,
way
if you
for you
go
to
into
get
nurse, that's what I'm
stable.
saying. If you go to
2.5
college and go to
years.
nursing and get a healthcare degree, a STEM degree, for sure. I'm just seeing a lot of
Mhm.
people saying I don't want to do that. For sure, like you get a nursing degree, you yeah, you can qualify for a home.
They coming.
Okay.
I have been seeing a lot more of those people signing up for what I'm seeing, what they're calling
Yeah.
as the stable means of income. The
Right.
lights are turning on. I'm not saying it's a mass, like a mass exodus to get a nursing
Oh
degree,
yeah, for
but
sure.
I'm
That's why
seeing
I have
some
a
lights
job
starting to come
because all
on,
these people going back to school
right?
for nursing. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you know the deal. It comes with time. A lot like our generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some of us started
And
late,
then it got
right?
serious.
They messed around for a little while and then they
Yeah,
got
I got
serious
my
in their
first
mid
house at
20s,
35.
late 30s, mid 30s,
So
whatever.
so it's never too late. Yeah, yeah. Top 5 reasons
Yes,
why this
ma'am.
might
We'll see.
be
We'll
the
see.
best buyer's market in my generation,
Buyers market
our generation, because it's
of
really
our generation.
we only have
Yes.
a few we only got 20 years and dips are lasting for 10. That's what I'm hearing from before it closes. Number 1, the sellers are selling. All right? The sellers are trying to sell. They're trying to sell and they're trying to sell desperately. Number 2,
Hmm.
the prices are falling. The prices are
Hmm.
falling. Number 3,
Prices are falling. Yep.
the sellers are giving us
Giving
incentives.
incentives.
Number 4, it's the season.
Hmm.
Most people like me ain't
Season
shopping
calls for it.
until next year. So it's quiet right now.
Hmm.
It's your time. And number 5, the interest rates are high. So
Hmm.
it's higher, higher. So it's spooking
Er.
out investors. It's spooking out
Higher.
buyers, let's
Er.
say. So you want to buy when nobody else wants to buy.
Mhm.
That's what a buyer's market is. That's what I'm getting from you. Ah, you
Yeah.
taught me a lot, Brandon. I get it.
Mhm. Mhm. That's why I was trying to remember when we started this. I was saying that I wanted our people to
Market.
be a lot more market literate because we just can't we have a mass illiteracy rate in the market. We don't know when
Yeah.
to buy. We don't even know what market we're in. We don't know how to know when we're in a good market or bad market. And right now, I mean, the market right now is
Right.
giving us a master class at this moment on when is the
Got you.
right time to buy. It's
Market
teaching us right
watchers.
now, guys. Right now.
Yeah,
Mm,
we are
come
learning
on.
about how the
Keep
real
watching,
start. I
baby.
learned a lot.
Keep watching.
I've learned quite a bit from you. So thank you so much. And
Praise the Lord.
I am the phenomenal STEMist. And don't forget to reach out
Mm,
to Before It Closes, Tower Team, Realty, Orlando. Listen, let me
yes,
find
ma'am.
let me yeah, let me
I'm here
get that.
for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
305 305 0105. And while you're pulling it up, here's some short reading for our listeners here. For those of you who haven't touched the Bible, if you really want to know about markets, you
Mhm.
should read the story of Joseph. That right there will give you all you need to know about the
7
story
years of
of
feast,
markets.
7 years of famine.
Come on.
7 years, it's almost a
Come
decade,
on.
halfway through a
Come on.
generation. Don't let
Hmm.
that feast, that famine go. Collect those coins during the famine so
Hmm.
that you can spend it all
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
invest it. during the no, it's opposite. Collect those coins during the feast. Stack your coins
There you
during the
go.
feast
Stack your coins.
so that you can
Stack.
invest it during the
Yes.
famine. Be
Yes.
prepared. Love it. Wow.
Yeah.
B4closes at gmail.com. 305-305-0105. See you later, sir. Good night, everybody.